John Horgan is an American science journalist best known for his 1996 book The End of Science. He has written for many publications, including National Geographic, Scientific American, The New York Times, Time, Newsweek, and IEEE Spectrum. His awards include 2 Science Journalism Awards from the American Association for the Advancement of Science and the National Association of Science Writers Science in Society Award. His articles have been included in the 2005, 2006, and 2007 editions of the Best American Science and Nature Writing. Since 2010 he has written the Cross-Check blog for scientificamerican.com. Horgan graduated from the Columbia University School of Journalism in 1983. Between 1986 and 1997 he was a senior writer at Scientific American. 1990s assertions. His October 1993 Scientific American article, The Death of Proof, claimed that the growing complexity of mathematics, combined with computer proofs and other developments, were undermining traditional concepts of mathematical proof. The article generated torrents of howls and complaints from mathematicians, according to David Hoffman. Horgan's 1996 book The End of Science begins where The Death of Proof leaves off. In it, Horgan argues that pure science, defined as the primordial human quest to understand the universe and our place in it, may be coming to an end. Horgan claims that science will not achieve insights into nature as profound as evolution by natural selection, the double helix, the Big Bang, relativity theory or quantum mechanics. In the future, he suggests, scientists will refine, extend and apply this pre-existing knowledge but will not achieve any more great revolutions or revelations, Nobel laureate Phil Anderson wrote in 1999. The reason that Horgan's pessimism is so wrong lies in the nature of science itself. Whenever a question receives an answer, science moves on and asks a new kind of question, of which there seem to be an endless supply. A front-page review in the New York Times called the book intellectually bracing, sweepingly reported, often brilliant and sometimes bullying, later work. In 1999 Horgan followed up The End of Science with The Undiscovered Mind, How the Human Brain Defies Replication, Medication and Explanation, which critiques neuroscience, psychoanalysis, psychopharmacology, evolutionary psychology, behavioral genetics, artificial intelligence and other mind-related fields. For his 2003 book Rational Mysticism, he profiled a number of scientists, mystics, and religious thinkers who have delved into the interface of science, religion and mysticism. He presents his personal impressions of these individuals and a sometimes controversial analysis of their contributions to rational mysticism and the relationship between religion and science. His 2012 book, The End of War, presents scientific arguments against the widespread belief that war is inevitable. In 2005, Horgan became the director of the Center for Science Writings at Stevens Institute of Technology, in Hoboken, NJ, where he also teaches science journalism, history of science and other courses. The CSW sponsors lectures by leading science communicators, including geographer Jared Diamond of UCLA, financier, philosopher Nassim Taleb, psychologist Steven Pinker of Harvard, neurologist Oliver Sacks, philosopher Peter Singer of Princeton, economist Jeffrey Sachs of Columbia, and biologist Edward O. Wilson of Harvard. Media appearances. Horgan has appeared on The Charlie Rose Show, The Lehrer NewsHour and many other media outlets in the US and Europe. Currently he is a frequent host of Science Faction, a monthly discussion related to science topics on the website bloggingheads.tv. Bibliography. Incomplete. To be updated books Horgan, John. The End of Science. Facing the Limits of Science in the Twilight of the Scientific Age. New York. Broadway Books. Horgan, John. The Undiscovered Mind. How the Human Brain Defies Replication, Medication and Explanation. New York. Touchstone, Horgan, John and Reverend Frank Greer. Where Was God on September 11? San Francisco. Braun Trout Publishes. Horgan, John. Rational Mysticism. Dispatches from the Border Between Science and Spirituality. New York. Houghton Mifflin. Horgan, John. The End of War. San Francisco. McSweeney's. Articles. Horgan, John. Profile. Reluctant Revolutionary. Thomas S. Kuhn. Unleashed Paradigm on the World. Scientific American 264. 49. DOI 10.1038, Scientific American 059140, http://lilt.ilstu.edu/gemclis/foy/readings/horgan.htm. Horgan, John. Profile. Marvin L. Minsky. The Mastermind of Artificial Intelligence. Scientific American 269. 1415. DOI 10.1038, Scientific American 1193-35. Horgan, John. Trends in Physics. Particle Metaphysics. Scientific American 270. 70-78. Horgan, John. October 2006. The Final Frontier. 10 years after the publication of The End of Science, John Horgan says the limits of scientific inquiry are more visible than ever. Discover Magazine. http://discovermagazine.com/2006/October/cover#228UR5ni. Horgan, John. June 2008. The Consciousness Conundrum. The wetware that gives rise to consciousness is far too complex to be replicated in a computer anytime soon. IEEE Spectrum. http://spectrum.ieee.org. Biomedical Imaging. The Consciousness Conundrum. Horgan, John. March 2013. The Drones Come Home. National Geographic. http://ngm.nationalgeographic.com/2013/03/unmanned-flight/Horgan-text